Hey everyone, it's Andy from Petrolhead. I've got a quick question here that was asked to me by a friend of ours who is considering the new electric Mini as their smaller car, and they've got a diesel 4x4 as well. And the question was quite straightforward. What happens if your home charger fails overnight? Yeah, so fundamentally this is quite unlikely if you just get into the habit of checking that the car is charging before you go to bed. And depending on what car you've got, you can do it on an app. So you could be lying in bed, just check the car's, charging has kicked in. When I charge the i3, for example, the app's not particularly good. So I always check that the Tesla wall charger I've got at home, the green light is going down and everything's charging. So you can do things like that, and that rules out most problems you're going to have. If there's a power cut or something like that, then you'd probably be aware and you could check the car. I suppose it's like going to the petrol station and putting the pump in and not even noticing whether the clock's going up and not noticing how much you're paying. So you would know that something's gone wrong there and you would check it. So you get into the habit of these type of things with an electric car in the same way. But let's just work on the scenario that you put your car on charge overnight. For some reason you didn't realise, completely unaware, the car didn't charge. You're not gonna, there's no energy going into the car. It's as simple as that. However, the chances of it actually completely ruining your day are quite remote, because the vast majority of times in about 25,000 miles of EV use, I have not put the car on charge at home on 0% and needed 100% the next morning. It doesn't really happen. If you think about your daily commute, you might go 30 miles each way, so that's 60 miles. If you've got, a 300 mile range Model 3 or even a 150 mile Mini, you still got a lot of backup there, as long as your car isn't on a low state of charge. And what most people do is they tend to keep their cars topped up to about 80% on a regular basis. So worst case scenario is they've got a decent amount left in the tank. So yeah, fundamentally, one, it's unlikely to happen because, you would notice if things weren't charging. And two, if it did happen, the likelihood is you've already got quite a lot of charge left in the battery and you would be able to sort everything out. And final point, worst case scenario, you just nip to a rapid charger and you just quickly charge it up. I've spent more time running petrol and diesel cars over the years, having to queue up in rush hour traffic to get to the petrol station, queue up to pay, queue up to get out to the petrol station and get back on my way, than I have having to wait for a charge. So in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to happen. You're going to be okay. So hopefully that helps someone else who's having the same worry, and you can just relax and go and get that test drive, go and try these EVs out. I think it's very likely you will absolutely love them. And if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I shall see you again soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.